Hi, my name is Julian Napoli, and today I'm going to show you how to play a beat on the drums. This beat is traditionally used in Latin music, and it's very useful for that kind of thing. Alright, so this main groove is in 6, and the main pattern is actually played on the bell of the ride cymbal. Well, I'll show that in a second. But you have to count everything when you play the drums, or mostly everything. But the way you would count this, it's eighth notes, and you count eighth notes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and kind of like that. And the main pattern of this, I'll show you right now. Alright, you just saw the pattern that you play on the ride cymbal. And like I said, you have to count that. So the way the pattern is this. And the way you would count that is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1. The first 3 beats in the pattern are on the numbers 1, 2, and 3, and the second 3 beats are on the ands. And so once again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1. Okay, so we just learned how to play the ride pattern. Now we have to incorporate the bass into that pattern, the bass drum. And the bass drum it's on beats 1 and 4. So it's like this. 1, 2, 3. The next thing in this pattern is to incorporate the hi-hat, and this falls on the same beats as the bass drum, 1 and 4, but there are another 2 notes that the hi-hat goes on. But let me just show you on the bass drum for now. Alright, so I just showed you the hi-hat pattern played on the bass drum, and as I said, there's another 2 hi-hat notes in this whole pattern, and they're on the ands after the 2 and the 5. So if you put that all together, the ones on the bass drum and the ones I just told you about, it kind of sounds like this with the bass drum, the hi-hat, and the bell of the ride cymbal. Alright, so this step really brings the whole pattern together. I know I said you have to count everything, but this one, it really works better. Once you master all the steps before this, you really have to get those down. Once you do that, it kind of gets really easy to put this in, and you just kind of got to feel it out. You can count it if you like, but I find it easier just to play it. So it sounds like this, and the new step, or the new thing I'm going to be playing, is going to be on the snare drum. And remember to turn the snares off. Alright, so we have that, but next you want to start. You take this pattern and you start to put it on these toms. Alright? So the first hit of this pattern is just one note. It's a single hit. But then there's an 8th note, so you would play the second part of that on the tom. Then you would go back to the snare drum, and then you would go on the lower tom. So I'll just show you how it sounds. Alright, and finally, you would change the snare hit to a rim click. It just makes it easier to start off, you know, doing a normal hit. So this is the whole pattern done. Okay, so now that we've learned the pattern, you can speed it up, you can slow it down, you can do whatever you want with it. But now I'm going to show you how to use it in a musical context. And there's going to be some other patterns in there as well, and some fills and whatnot. But if you listen, you'll be able to hear when I use the one I showed you. Alright, so you've learned this pattern today. I've showed you how to use it in a musical context. Make sure you master it and you practice it a lot if you want to get it good. That's how you get better at anything, really. But I hope you enjoyed it. I sure did too. Thank you.